The story of how I met my ex-wife. One day I was cruising around an online dating application and I came across this woman whom I didn't know was going to be my ex-wife. I started speaking to her online and I haven't met her or saw her in person. At that time, even though I was going through a bad breakup with my previous ex-girlfriend, I felt bad she couldn't get anyone else. After the breakup, I felt sad and lonely. After I was talking with this female online, I met with her, asked her out, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. As time goes by, and we kept meeting up outside of her apartment, she brought me in one day and introduced me to her whole family and her kid that lives there. She never told me her whole family lives with her. After I visited my ex-wife's place and met her family, I still felt lonely. So the next day, I went back to that same dating application and started texting other people. Then one day, around Valentine's Day, I talked with the ex-wife and asked her to marry me. I thought I was in love, not knowing it was lust. Later, after she said yes, I told my ex-fiance everything about my life. After I told my ex-fiance everything, she immediately wanted to get married faster than expected. During the entire engagement, I thought my ex-wife really loved me for me, but it turns out she only loved me because she thought I had money. A few months passed by, and the ex-wife and I planned our wedding, which turned out to be a disaster. A week later, after we got married, we went to our honeymoon, and I ended up paying for everything. After my ex-wife and I got home from our honeymoon, the marriage began turning from happiness to complete misery. We never lived together, and we were constantly arguing. I had a feeling she was using me and something was off, and she kept denying it and saying she loves me. While I was living with my adopted mom, the ex-wife was living with her family, and she tricked me into paying her cable bill. A couple months later, my hunch turned out to be true about the ex-wife. One evening, I went to see my ex-wife at a friend's party after work. Later that night, after the ex-wife got drunk and passed out on her friend's bed, I decided to look through her phone and found out she was cheating on me with other guys. The entire marriage, I should have known that I wasn't her type because the guys my ex-wife was cheating on me with were all Caucasian. In addition, the ex-wife's baby daddy is white. After realizing all this, I knew that my ex-wife lied to me and used me the entire time. I felt so betrayed, I made a plan the next day. I decided to meet with one of my good friends. When we met, we were catching up about our lives. She was telling me she has somebody, and I was telling her about my life and ex-wife. After we finished talking, we cuddled and ended up kissing, and I gave her a hickey on the neck. She then told me what I was doing was wrong, and I needed to talk to the ex-wife. After my friend and I left from our meeting, I felt really foolish because we were dating other people, and I ruined our friendship. My friend was right, so I wanted to go see my ex-wife later that week. When I visited my ex-wife, she saw a text message sent to me from my friend. Then she got mad and told me to get out of her place and out of her life. After my ex-wife started getting mad at me, I got mad at her. I started telling my ex-wife how I found out she was cheating on me with other guys by talking and sending pictures of herself. As I was leaving, I began to take her grandma's boyfriend home. While I was driving my ex-wife's step-grandfather home, he told me that in the past, he also cheated on the grandma. It was a bit odd for him to tell me that, but I finally brought him to his home. After every disastrous moment that happened in our marriage, my ex-wife and I finally agreed to get a divorce. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I didn't need to be with someone who's been unfaithful this whole marriage. 1 year later, we finally got a divorce. Although it took such a long time, it was worth it in the end.